Strobe Studios presents Michael Helgens and Greg Kilberger in The Watson Files. Coming to you from the illustrious Strobe Studios in the heart of America, this is Craig Dahlen. From the writer and director of The Watson Files comes Strobe Studios' debut short film, The Setup. That's right, Strobe Studios are entering the world of video, and they need your help. Get all the details at indiegogo.com/Strobe Studios and learn how you can be a part of this exciting project. And you can also follow Strobe Studios on Facebook for updates throughout the production process and behind-the-scenes footage. And now, let's join the doctor and see what story he has for us today.
Come in.
Well, good evening, Doctor.
Yes, hello, Craig. How are you this evening?
Very good. Are you prepared for tonight's story?
I am indeed. I believe tonight I will...
Yeah, I know. You're not really going to tell us a zoo story, are you?
What makes you say that?
Well, based on past experience...
Now, Craig, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it.
Okay, then.
So, as I said before, tonight's story takes place at the zoo.
And I believe Holmes was nearly masticated by a lion?
Yes, although not in the way you assume. Holmes had been out celebrating and...
Are you expecting anyone else?
No. Come in! Holmes! What are you doing here?
I see I'm running a bit late. Have you begun the story already?
He was just about to.
Well, continue then.
Yes, well, I
knew this was going to happen.
What?
He's not going to tell us the zoo story now because you're here.
You're telling the zoo story, Watson?
Yes, but you already knew that, didn't you? Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
I suppose I wouldn't.
Well, I'm sorry, Holmes, but I told Craig I would tell the story, and I intend to do just that.
I understand.
So, you're not going to try and stop him?
No, I've resigned myself to the fact that the story will be told.
Then why are you here?
To make sure it's told properly, of course.
I see. Well, as I was saying, Craig, I received a call from the head zookeeper that Holmes had broken in after hours. When I arrived, I found a drunk Spencer skinny-dipping in the sea lion enclosure.
I was not drunk.
You sure smelled drunk.
I had been judging a wine tasting.
And you forgot that you weren't supposed to actually drink the wine?
I was not drunk.
Whatever. So, Holmes is... I thought you weren't going to judge those wine competitions anymore.
I know, but they really needed someone since they lost Mr. Tabor.
Yes, Holmes, and don't you remember how he died?
Yes, Watson, I'm aware.
So, back to the zoo?
Yes. So I arrived at the zoo around midnight, and the security guard escorted me to the sea lion enclosure. Apparently they had recognized him and decided not to call the police. As I approached the small pond, I noticed one of the males looking rather angry. Holmes, what's gotten into you?
Watson, what are you doing here?
I should ask you the same thing.
Just enjoying a little swim. The water feels great.
And why are you naked?
Well, I didn't want to get my clothes wet, of course. And I wasn't really expecting an audience, apart from a few sea lions, that is.
And they don't appear too happy about your presence.
Oh, they're just territorial. I'm sure it'll be... Oh, time to go.
Holmes, look out! Nice shot.
Thanks.
Yes, I believe I owe you a thank you as well. I'm glad you had the foresight to bring tranquilizer darts for the sea lion, just in case.
They weren't for the sea lions.
Holmes, I believe it might be time to go.
Oh, he's just trying to intimidate us, Watson.
And it's working. Now get your pants on.
Yes, I believe we will go. I know when I'm not wanted.
Good.
What were you thinking, Holmes?
Like I said, I just felt like a little swim.
But you were nearly eaten by a sea lion.
Nearly being the key word in that sentence.
Holmes, I should have known it was you.
Ah, Officer Weathers, you're just in time. Arrest that security guard over there.
Bill? For what?
Operating an illegal gambling ring.
I've done no such
Holmes,
thing.
How could you possibly...
And what's your evidence, Holmes?
Well, besides the shiny parts on the backs of his fingers where he plays with the chips and the strong smell of cigar smoke, I heard them while I was enjoying a leisurely swim. Sounded like jacks or better trips to win, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, Holmes, let's go.
But what about the gambling?
You mean the friendly poker game with the other security guards?
The illegal friendly poker game.
Yeah, well, I happen to play in that game from time to time, and they don't play for money. So what's illegal about it?
Oh, well, in that case, you might like to know about the ace your pal Willie has hidden up his left sleeve there.
Bill? Hey, you gotta have an advantage somehow. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. As for you, Holmes, I'll tell you what's illegal. Trespassing.
What? Oh, come on, you can't be serious, Weathers.
I think a night in the drunk tank might do you some good.
As I said, I'm not drunk.
All right, then you're under arrest for trespassing.
Okay, well, it looks like there's not much more I can do here tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, Spencer.
Watson.
Have a good night, Holmes. Thanks, Max.
No problem.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm here to post bond for someone.
Name?
Holmes, Spencer.
Looks like he was released this morning.
Really? Well, do you know if Officer Weathers is around?
He should be just down the hall there.
Thank you. Max, where's Holmes?
Hey, Jack. I let him go this morning early.
What about his bond?
I didn't charge him with anything. I just thought it would do him some good to sit in a cell for a few hours.
Well, it certainly couldn't hurt.
Indeed.
Did he mention where he was headed?
No, I assumed home.
Ah, that's him now. Holmes, where are you?
Watson, I need your help.
Okay, what's up?
I need you to get Weathers and meet me.
I'm actually with him right now.
Ah, good. I need the two of you to head over to the zoo.
What did you do now?
Now, Watson, have a little faith. We have a crime to prevent.
Not the poker game again.
No, just be at the east end of the park in half an hour. And keep your eyes peeled.
But Holmes,
I have to go, but Watson,
Yes?
bring your revolver.
So, what'd he say?
He, wants us to meet him at the east end of the zoo in half an hour.
Not the zoo again.
He said we have a crime to prevent and seemed to be in a hurry. Oh, and he said I should bring my revolver.
Great. So, where is he?
I don't know. He said the east side of the zoo.
And it's been 45 minutes. I knew I should have left him in the cell for a while.
I'm sure he'll be here. He said we needed to prevent a crime.
I don't know what kind of crime anyone's gonna commit out here.
Yes, it does seem like an odd location. You can't even get into the zoo from here.
I think perhaps we need to consider the possibility that Holmes has finally lost it.
Well, we knew this day would come eventually.
How long are you gonna wait here for him?
Oh, I'll probably give him another 20 minutes or so.
All right, I need to head back to the station. You'll keep me informed?
Of course.
Good.
Have a good day, Max.
You too. Where's that coming from?
I think it's the jewelry store across the street.
Let's go. Hold it right there.
Whoa!
Put the guns down. All right.
How'd you guys get here so fast?
We happen to be in the area.
Just our luck.
I'm not so sure luck was involved this time.
Holmes!
You know this guy?
Yes. Well, as it turns out, I'm not actually a jewelry thief.
You set us up.
Yes, I suppose that was very unsporting of me.
So, you tripped the alarm on purpose?
Yes, I confess.
Hey, aren't you the guys I just released from lockup this morning?
Yes, that's where I met these fine citizens. While you were attempting to teach me a lesson, I overheard them planning the heist and volunteered my services.
So that's what you were planning when you called me earlier.
Indeed.
Good work, Holmes.
Thank you.
I take back everything I said about you.
What did you say?
Hey, it wasn't just me.
What's done is done, Holmes. We're just glad you're okay.
All right, so who's up for a swim?
So, Holmes, getting thrown in jail allowed you to solve the crime?
Indeed.
But what I don't understand is how you knew those two would be in the jail that night making their plans.
No, Craig, that was all dumb luck.
Who are you calling dumb?
Face it, Holmes. You got drunk, got arrested, and it was only by chance that you managed to stop a robbery.
All right. So what story are you
always
going to...
insist on focusing on the negative, Watson.
Well, it's pretty easy to do so in this case.
The owner of the jewelry store didn't see it that way.
All righty then. Let's cue the
Look,
music.
I'm the one telling the story here, and I can tell it however I want.
Reputation at risk.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Sorry.
Tonight's Watson Files adventure was written by Scott Strosahl. Spencer Holmes and Dr. Watson were played by Michael Helgens and Greg Kilberger. Additional voices were provided by Steve Rimpici and Monica Martinus. Until next week, this is Craig Dahlen saying good night from Strobe Studios.
Well, I didn't want to get my clothes wet. Of course. That was wrong.
That was quite wrong.
I was laughing through it.
Yes, I noticed.
Well, I'm glad you had the foresight to bring a tranquilizer. To bring words. All right. Oh, he's just trying to intimidate us, Watson.
And it's working. Now get your pants on.
As I said, I'm not drunk.